respected district director, district dignitaries, division club and area leaders, District 105 members, and all my dear guests. Planning for success is also a crucial thing for leaders. So when we considered about having a training session, we thought that it must be about planning. And a lot of things are going to be said about planning and how to plan to achieve success. So let me not get into that. But the man who took the responsibility of conceptualizing and putting up this program together, who worked closely with the trainer of the day, is a gem of District 105. His motto in life is, do serious things in life, but live life light. He is a business management professional, associated one of the top corporates in Oman, managing the chairman's office. He was one of the top performing division directors of our district. He joined Toastmasters in 2008, a born teacher. I can vouch for this with proof because his last name is Vadhyar. In the South Indian language of Tamil, it means teacher. Please put your hands together to welcome the training facilitator of the day, DTM Shreeraman Vadhyar.
Thank you, PQD District 105 Program Quality Director, DTM Sir Victor, for those kind words. I welcome you all to this session on creating a successful plan. And thank you for being here. I go for walks. I know those who have seen me personally will have to close their eyes and ears when I say this. Yes, I do go for regular walks and I enjoy. On one of those walks, my friend Jitesh asked me, how much do you cover in a day? How much time do you take? I said, I don't really measure it. I just go wherever the body permits, I go. And to the extent the body permits, I walk and come back. I said, why don't you measure what you're doing? I said, okay, I will listen to you. He said, why didn't you get a smartwatch? I got the smartwatch. Now, I was wondering, was there a plan in what he was saying? If there was, what was the plan? If you are one of those like me who are wondering if there's a plan and what is a plan, if you're new to the business of planning, this session is for you. If you know what is planning and have not been practicing it, this session will help you dust the cobwebs and learn the nuances of planning. If you know planning and you have been implementing, also this session is for you. It will help you reinforce your learnings and maybe improve a little more on what you have been doing. So stop wondering and start listening. And who better than our past division director to tell us on this? Now let me have the honor of presenting the presenter to you. Distinguished Toastmaster, DTM Gurbinder Singh Punn. Fellow members and leaders, DTM Punn is an experienced leadership coach and works for a global organization as Senior Vice President with over 35 years of experience in human resources, talent development, and executive coaching. He lives in Muscat and it's been 20 fruitful years of living in Muscat for him. He has a proven track record of helping organizations develop strong leaders, build high-performing teams, and drive business results through effective people strategies. As a leadership coach, DTM Punn has worked with executives and high potential leaders to help them maximize their potential and achieve their career goals. He is a Toastmaster for 17 years and past district director. Before I welcome DTM Punn to present the session, let me just inform you that if after the session you have any doubts, there'll be a question and answer session where doubts will be cleared. There will also be a poll for the feedback launched during the question and answer session. Please share your feedback, because without feedback, we can't think of getting better at what we are doing. So fellow members, sit back, relax, and enjoy the session. And to help us do that, let's welcome distinguished Toastmaster Gurbinder Singh Punn.
Thank you, DTM Shreeraman, for that lovely introduction. Respected District Director, DTM Jamil Shakil, past District Director, Yasser in the group, Program Quality Director, Saiju, and all the members, officers of District 105. And if you are from some other district as well, welcome. Welcome to this online seminar, first for the year for new form District 105. And through service, we excel. We're going to talk about success planning, and I think it is one of those most Googled, most searched, most read about topics, because it applies to a human being, it applies to an organization, it applies to a club, and in Toastmasters at every level we talk about success plan, success plan, success plan. So those of you who want to be successful, I think you are in the right room. If you're already successful, you are again in the right room, because success is not a destination, it's a journey. So let's start. I wanted to go to your chat and type one of your favorite quotes about success. Go to the chat, everybody, and let's see what comes up in the next 2 minutes. Your favorite quote about success. Believe success does not come to you, create it. Where there is a will, there's a way. Only in dictionary success comes before work. Nothing succeeds like success. Believe in yourself. Realization of a worthy goal. There is no shortcut to success. Hey, the speed is increasing and I can't read it that fast, but that's good, really good, wonderful, coming up. No clear definition. It's a product of hard work, getting what you want, you dare, and there you are. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that, and keep coming. Don't worry. Just keep writing what you are experiencing. So yeah, success is all of that and then some more. So in today's session, let's spend a few minutes trying to understand where we are, who we are, what we do. Let me know if you can see my screen. Somebody from the education team can confirm. My slides are visible?
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So let's begin by first defining our, all right. I think I'll have to reshare. I'm not able to move the slides. Give me a minute, please. Slide sharing is not successful, so
You can try it once again. It was visible.
okay, give me a minute, please. I'll just close it and then restart it. No, it was visible. The slide. So let me just.
Yes.
All right, I think we can do it now.
Right.
All right, begin with the first part of the understanding, and it's always definition. So, what are some of the definitions of success? Clearly, the definitions of success start by goals. We have a goal where we want to be in the future. If we talk about the roadmap, you're traveling from somewhere to somewhere, and while doing that, there are a few things that we need to do on the way. This talks about short term, it talks about long term, and it talks about resources that we need to work around our success planning, strategies, and objectives. Some key fundamental words that come up every time we are talking about strategies or goals or success. So let's start by understanding the nuts and bolts of success. I'm a leadership coach, and the first question definitely a coach asks his client is, what's it that you're looking for? How can I help you? What do you want from me? And people say, I want to be successful, I want to do this, I want to become a vice president in my company, I want to make $1 million this year, and or I want to be wealthy, I want to be healthy. And the first question the coach asks again, what does success look like to you? It's a very fundamental question. The clarity of this question is what makes it worthwhile for you to start working on your goal. Let's take example from our daily life. Every year, New Year's time, we make resolutions. I want to be healthy. But healthy is very vague. So does it mean losing weight? Does it mean running a marathon this year? Does it mean being mental wellness? So clarity is critical in the first step of success planning. So this sets the clear direction of where you want to go, at what speed you want to. The second element, the second toolbox of a success planning is the resources and the efficient utilization of resources. Now, resources are always limited. Imagine you are going on a vacation to Europe. Your resources are time, money, your energy, your physical fitness. So if you're going to Europe for a week, you cannot see 100% of the Europe. You will have to make efficient utilization of your time. Similarly, if you are talking about a Toastmasters club, and then in a club, the resources are limited. You have a limited number of members, you have a limited amount of meeting time, you have a limited amount of physical resources, meeting facilities. So utilization of resources becomes the second key tool within the success planning. The third element of success planning is not just decision making, but improved decision making. Imagine you are at a supermarket and you are going to buy, let's say, cereals. How many cereals can you see there? I mean, you will see from Kellogg's to everywhere, all kind of cereals. But how do you make the right decision? You make the right decision based on your goal. Because if your goal is to be healthy, you will buy something which is low in sugar, higher in fiber. But if your goal is to have a lovely breakfast and enjoy, then you will want one with fruits and cherries and all kind of sugars in that. Improved decision making is critical, not just in life, but also in Toastmasters. If you are a club officer, if you are an area officer or division officer, you will constantly be bombarded with these decision making situations. Do I work on member retention? Do I work on new members? Should I work on club meeting? Should I do online? What is the best decision? So improved decision making is a key tool within Toastmasters, just like in life. The fourth tool of our success planning toolkit is performance management. Just like in your life, you want to get healthy. How do you know you are being healthy? You manage the performance. You measure where you are right now. How does your weighing scale look? How many centimeters on your waist inch tape says? And then working around your goal, you monitor your progress periodically. Every week you repeat those measures. And then you change your plan of running how many kilometers, eating how many calories, how much time of sleep you need based on how you are doing in your health. Talk about a Toastmasters club from the same perspective. What's your goal for the year? Is it Distinguished Toastmasters Club? Is it Select Distinguished, President Distinguished? How many members? What kind of fee structures? What kind of club meetings, online, in person? All these goals need to be monitored regularly at every executive committee meeting. So your plan that you set out at the beginning of the year gets monitored across the year, and that's called as performance management. The next element, very important element, is risk management. This is Kharif season in Oman, and everybody is going to Salalah. And people from UAE also are going to Salalah. So as you are going on the Salalah road trip, you need to plan for the risks involved. There could be flat tires, there could be rain, you might run out of fuel. And you mitigate all these things by keeping additional fuel with you, using a GPS or a map. I mean, you can't prevent all the problems, but you can foresee some of them and plan them within your planning. Similarly, in a Toastmasters club, you are having an executive, let's say, an installation ceremony. There are risks in the installation ceremony as to how many speakers last minute will drop out. Two of the officers will not show up. Maybe the keynote speaker you invited cancels at the last minute. How do you plan for those risks? You have backup plans. You have additional people who will be there running your event in case of any risks. Another very critical tool within our toolbox is motivation and engagement. Any such endeavor of success planning requires us to be motivational. Write down, let's say you have a goal of writing a book. How many of you want to be authors? How do you write a book? You write a book by being constantly engaged in it. Maybe you write 500 words a day. Maybe you write 1 page a day. And every time you accomplish something, you come closer to your goal. Similarly, within a Toastmasters club, the recognition systems, the path completions, these are our motivational and engagement strategies. Some are long-term, some are short-term, but it is required within the success planning mode. Long-term success, obviously, we are in a 1-year time frame, 1st of July to 30th of June. And so we have long-term goals. We have goals for development of speakers within our club who can win district awards. We have goals of representing our club at the Toastmasters convention in Bahamas. These are long-term success goals. So Toastmasters Club provides a perfect environment to learn the fundamentals of planning and to apply these principles not only in the club, in your life, in your area, and in your division. So this is what we have understood so far on success planning. But in Toastmasters, as I said, there are so many opportunities to learn how to make goals. The club success plan, area success plan, and division success plan are all there. Let's take a little look at the flow chart of how to create a success plan. Whether it is your personal success plan, whether it is your club, organizational, what I'm talking to you today is universal. You can apply it in your life, in your company, or in Toastmasters. Everything starts with the mission, a mission statement. Toastmasters Club already have a mission statement. Toastmaster areas, divisions, districts have mission statements. Toastmaster International has mission statement. If you work in a corporate, you might have a mission statement. If you don't have, you can create a mission statement. You can also create mission statements for your family, for your person. The second step is the situation analysis. Where am I today and where do I want to go? What's the situation today? We can do SWOT analysis. We can do pestle analysis. We can do different types of analysis to understand where we are today. A very useful tool in clubs, areas, and divisions is to do member interest survey. Knowing from the members what is that they want us to work on this year. Not that the president of the club knows everything. Maybe the members have some other goals. So it's a useful thing. You can create a small survey on a Google form, on a Survey Monkey, and identify the needs of your club members, of your division and area. The next step obviously is, once you have done the analysis, you understand the needs, is to set the goals. Again, as I said, the goals can be distinguished, select distinguished, president distinguished. It could be a winner from your club. It can be a quality meeting. You can have your own goals, but the goals need to be smart. And not just smart goals, they should be smart action plans. You would have heard this term before, SMART, and every time I speak to a room full of people, I find 50% of them don't know what SMART means. So I've taken the liberty of putting that on a slide again for you. SMART means specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. So the goals are clear. Goals are not generic. We want to be a great club is a generic goal. It's not a specific goal. We want to be a president distinguished club is a specific goal. A measurable goal, 8 members, 10 members, 15 members, two champions, 5 champions, 2 newsletters, 10 newsletters. And this goal should be attainable and achievable, which means don't set out goals which look great, but they're not realistic. And also they're not relevant to you. The goals should be fitting into the purpose of your organization, of your life, of your club, of your area. And everything should be having a timeline to it. Once we set the goals, once we set the actions, obviously we continue on our performance management by success, the measurements of success. Define those measures. Toastmasters DCP program across the clubs and division districts provides a beautiful framework of the measurements of success. It's a vital health program. You know how you are doing every time you look at the dashboard and you see how many DCP points are you. This gives us the enjoyment, the encouragement, and the motivation of continuously improving ourselves. Continuous improvement is a way of life, and that's why we are in Toastmasters. This is where we learn communication and then we improve communication. We learn leadership and we improve leadership. And that's what leads to success. This is a very simple, straightforward flowchart, and you can apply it anywhere you want. Now let's go to a little specific areas of the success plans within our clubs, areas, and divisions. Now within a club success plan, the terms are very simple. There are 6 components of a club success plan. The PDF documents were shared in the district WhatsApp groups. I saw that, and it is always downloadable from Toastmasters website. The club success plan is a 10-page document, and in these 10 pages, you have good, simple writing opportunities to set your goals. How many goals out of 10 you want to create? What are your values? Toastmaster gives us 4 values, but we can always create more values for our club. Like one of the clubs that I am a member of, the value is fun. Whatever we do it in an enjoyment format. It's a very deep value, and we've always maintained it. What are some of the strategies you want to use this year? Like you want to attract members by reducing your fee. That's a strategy. You want to bring in more prospects by having keynote speakers or expert sessions. That's a strategy. There are places for writing all this within the club success plan. I'm not going over each and every element of the plan because they're very simple, very self-doable, and the area directors, division directors are all knowledgeable and trained in doing it. I am taking you through this journey so that you are more prepared to sit down with your teams and work on these documents. The responsibilities are a key element of these plans. Responsibilities means who will be doing what, who will be looking after membership, who will be looking after the funds, who will be looking after the the physical resources, the in-person meetings, the food, the logistics, and obviously there are action plans. Action plans summarize everything. What is our by when, which member will do what project by when, which member will create complete a proficient program, DTM awards, and then team members in the club. The team members are obviously the club officers and any other committees which the officers might create. You can have a PR committee, you can have a membership committee, you can have an education committee. And similarly, when we go to the next levels, which are area and division, these 6 components remain the same. And along with these 6 components, 6 more get added because now you are growing in your leadership domain. The size of your operations is becoming. A club is a 20, 25, 30 member club, but an area has 3 or 4 or 5 clubs, and a division has 3 or 4 areas. So obviously, we need to work around a few more elements of this. So when we talk about a division or an area, team principles is another very interesting element which comes in. Team principles means that what is our behavioral norms within the teams? How will we have communication? How will we respect each other? How will we disagree from each other? These are our team principles and beautifully documented in these success plans. Potential obstacles, key part of the strategic planning, like is there an engagement issue within the members? Is there a communication gap between the clubs and the area or the division? What are the potential obstacles? Every time we invite people to come to a session like this, people don't turn up. These are potential obstacles. Meeting protocols. Every time an area does a meeting or a division does a meeting, what would be the rules and guidelines? How will these meetings be held? The format are very simple, self-able to do it. And then situation analysis, resources and timeline, we already spoke about these in our earlier slides. The same template gets copied into the division template. Nothing changes, just the scope changes, the guidelines remain the same, your strategies will change because now you're talking about a bigger geographical region of members. And so your resources will change and your meeting protocols and situations will change. So this is the fundamentally 3 levels of planning. We do at a club level, we do at an area level, and we do at a division level at the beginning of every year. It is interesting to note all this is interconnected. Toastmasters International starts from the club and then goes all the way up to the Toastmasters International Success Plan. And this is a very interesting area to understand for you leaders as you are growing. The division directors this year, you need to understand that the division success plan is an integration of area plans. Your plan is not separate from the area plans. You may have your own unique strategies, but if you are not fulfilling the requirements of the areas, then your plan is not serving the areas. The area director needs to understand that your plan is an aggregation of the various clubs within your area. Each one of you are supporting one level of the geographical composition of Toastmasters. So the club success plan focus on the needs of the club members. Area success plan is about multiple clubs, and the division success plan is about areas, clubs that need more attention, and the area levels are being made. So this is the dots that connect each of these plans. So please don't think that why should I make a club success plan? Your club success plan is critical for the success of your district because division success plans go into the district success plans. And if they are done right, then you have a beautifully well-aligned structure of your district where every success plan contributes to the overall growth of clubs, areas, divisions, and districts. So all this is a coherent system. We have shared goals. Toastmasters has created a district to support all these different stakeholders. They don't have a different goal from you. They're not playing a football between a club and an area. We are on the same team. The area director is an area director because there's a club. Outside of this area, the area director is not even known. So make sure that you get this concept right, that there is a shared goals concept here. The visions are shared. We are all sharing the vision of Toastmasters International. We are all sharing the mission, vision of our district. And the communication and collaboration between the club, the area, and the division is the key to aligning these plans. You will need to have multiple meetings, multiple discussions for sharing best practices, for sharing resources, for sharing and supporting and asking for support. Monitoring and the feedback mechanisms are continuously required every time that there is a club or an area that needs to realign, adjust to the goals, adjust to the new realities, and it allows also for identification of any gaps or opportunities. While doing all this, the leadership at each level is very critical. Their role is to connect between these plans. They need to ensure that each plan aligns with the overall goals of Toastmasters International and it connects up to the next level up. Training and education. Regular training and education sessions are required to understand the process. We are doing one of it right now. You can do self-education. Toastmasters International websites are full of learning resources, and the program quality team of the district constantly keeps bringing in relevant training and education. Participate in them and make the most of it. And once you have done all that, do not forget to celebrate. Every time a client that I work as a coach gets to his results, gets to his success, I ask him, how are you going to celebrate it? What is your celebration of success? Celebration could be as a club member, could be at an area level, a division level, and a district level. Toastmasters is built on the fundamentals of recognition and celebration. Put all this together and you have a clear, simple, coherent system of the success plans from a club to a district. Coming to the end of the session, let's summarize. So we have seen three key areas today. We understood the success planning. It's a process where you have defined your goals and then you believe in them. You work on the direction, you work on the resources, you work on the utilization of these resources, good decision making, you work on the measurements, performance management, the risks are identified, keep motivating yourself, keep engaging different stakeholders, and then celebrate the success. We have seen the club success plan, area success plan elements. The foundation is the club success plan. The area success plan becomes the second level, and then the division success plan. And we have seen how these all dovetail and connect into one. And so, my friends, these are the key insights that I thought I'll share with you today. We are all working towards one goal, which is the Toastmasters International goal, which is all of us to get benefited from this beautiful training program, educational system. Three resources that I have often used, and I think you can also use, three very beautiful books by Jack Canfield, The Success Principles. Amazing, simple book, but a little thicker book, 64 principles of how to get from where you are to where you want to be. Brian Tracy's book on the goals is again a very interesting book. It talks about more towards goal setting and coming out of the various obstacles that you face while setting goals. Atomic Habits is a very interesting book which talks about how to build good habits and break the bad habits, small atomic levels at a time. Toastmasters are good readers, so I thought I'll share these three resources. Please do look at them, and if you find them interesting, please share with other members as well. That's what I had in my mind to share with you. I will stop it here and open the forum for DTM Shreeraman to guide us through question answer session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, DTM Punn. I hope I'm audible because I've had to switch instruments.
You are audible.
Thank you very much. Thank you for those wonderful insights. Fellow members, if you have any questions, please feel free to raise your hands through the raised hand emoji, and we'll be pleased to take those questions, and then DTM Punn will be pleased to answer them. Please, and in the meantime, the poll will be launched for the feedback. Please remember to use that as well. Feedback is essential for us to keep improving. Feel free to ask the questions. If you have any questions, please raise your hands, and our friend Toastmaster Godson will be very happy to take you onto the top of the tile, and so that DTM Punn can answer those questions. Toastmaster Prabhat, let's go.
Thank you very much for this very insightful session. I have one question. Could you please take us through again with the SMART goals, please?
Sure. So S stands for specific, which means whatever is your goal, if you say, I want to be healthy, it's not specific. When you say, I want to be healthy, you need to be specific about what does health mean for you. Are you talking about a mental wellness? Are you talking about a physical? Are you a blood pressure patient? Are you a diabetic? What does health mean for you? So unless your goal is very specific, you cannot do anything else. It's like going to an airport and say, give me a ticket, I want to go somewhere. First thing the person is going to ask, where do you want to go? And if I say, no, I'm just in a mood to go somewhere, just give me a ticket. Doesn't work. We need to be specific. The second component is measurable. Unless you can measure how much kilo I weigh today, how do you decide how much you want to weigh? So to say, I want to lose weight is not a SMART goal. It's a wish list. We call them as motherhood statements. So specific, measurable. The third is attainable, which means, I used to tell my girlfriend, "Main tumhare liye chand tare tod ke launga. I'll bring moon and sun for you." And she told me, you better get me some oranges and bananas. They will be more helpful. Do something which is more doable, more attainable, more realistic, rather than just talking in the air, something very big that discourages you from working on your goals. And the third, next one is it should be relevant to what you are doing. If you are talking about saying, I will do X, Y, Z, but it has got no connection to what your Toastmaster Club is made for, then it's not relevant. And the last is T, which stands for time bound. When do you start? When do you finish? When do you measure? So SMART, SMART. I hope I clarified it for you, Prabhat.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Punn. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Khulud Abdullah. Let's have your question, please.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks a lot. Am I heard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, DTM Gurbinder, for such an insightful session. My question here is about the club success plan. Is there a connection between it and the moments of truth? Should it be conducted after the moments of truth in order to be planning according to our club's problems? Thank you.
Well, there is a clear connection between the club success plan and the moments of truth. Whether it be done before or after, I would prefer if you do it before, because then you can always revise it later. The first element, so club success, the members' interest survey and the moment of truth becomes your analysis to get into you. And once you have done that, both of them will cooperate. In fact, in your club success plan, it will be asked whether you have done the moment of truth analysis or not. And so it's good. You can do it before or later. There are no hard and fast rules. You can do them at the same time. You can do it together. Moment of truth now can be done online. You can create a simple format for yourself, or you can do it in a live session in a club. but do them quickly. Don't keep too much of gap between them. They're all collaborative, simultaneous activities.
Okay, thanks a lot. Is there a deadline for the club success plan?
Yes. Yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're already now sitting on 5th of August. Your 35 days have gone out of your 365 days. You should do it yesterday now.
I'm asking because we are now two different districts. We were before 105. So 127 told us it should be on the 10th of August. And 105 said that they are still discussing it. That's why I was a bit confused between the two. Thanks a lot.
All right. So the district official dates can be communicated to you by the district team. But what I say is you should make your success plans before 1st of July so that you are more prepared to handle it from day one. Go ahead. Next question.
Thank you. There is Toastmaster Thabit asking, how do we know area goals?
How do we know area? Are you an area director?
Are you an area director, Toastmaster Thabit? Yes, she is.
All right. So you have a distinguished area, you have a select distinguished area, and you have a president distinguished area. So the goals are very clear. Which one of this is your goal for the year? At the same time, what adds on to those goals is your situation analysis. What is happening in your area? Are new clubs coming up or not? Are the clubs shutting down? What is the average member strength of your area? This situation analysis will help you to create your area goals. So there are 3 goals given by Toastmasters International, and rest of the goals you can create for yourself based on your current situation within your area or your division. Did I answer that question for you, sir?
Toastmaster Thabit? She thanks you, DTM Punn, in the chat. And there is another question here. In fact, Toastmaster Helen has shared her thoughts. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Helen, that she does both at the same time in first week of July and then follow up in January.
Thank you.
There is one more hand that has gone up from Toastmaster Sitaram. You want to go ahead?
Yeah. Good evening. Good evening, distinguished Toastmasters. Here in creating a coherent system, it has been mentioned that shared vision is so important.
Yes.
Is it clear?
It is clear. Yes.
Yes. So how can a shared vision can collaborate from the club to the area to the division? Because in the club, we'll have a different visions. Being my club, especially a linguistic club, will have a entirely different goal. So how we can have a coherent and a shared vision in order to, improve the club to we can say to cooperate or to enhance the division level.
Okay, let's first understand that within the Toastmasters organization, the shared visions are already published. We know the Toastmasters International vision, we know the district mission, we know the club mission, and we know this year's district's mission through service we excel. So our missions are known to each other. Toastmasters International vision is about creating communication availability for everybody around the world. The club mission is to create a mutually supportive environment where every member has the opportunity to grow. And then district mission is to build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. So the visions are clear. The domains are very clear. All we need to do is align ourselves to this shared vision. If the club starts to have a different vision, then let's say a club starts to have a vision saying, I want to create dancers in my club. I'm a dancing club. I mean, you can have whatever you want, but that's not a Toastmasters vision. There are some clubs which have a vision saying, okay, we want to have Toastmasters club and we are also physical fitness freaks, so we have a running club. So within District 105, we have a club which is made up of members who are physically active. And but at the same time, their vision is to become a better communicator and leader. So the shared visions are available within the frameworks. You just need to align yourself to that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Two more hands have gone up, maybe these two. And one of the questions in the chart I would like to read out that has come in earlier. Considering the fast-paced nature of our life, how will our club encourage consistent participation and commitment from members for in-person Toastmasters meeting with increasing demand for virtual interactions and remote engagement? And what innovative methods can our club employ to keep members actively participating and attentive during meetings? That's from Toastmaster Chris D'Souza.
Toastmaster Chris, very good question, I must say. But my take on that would be one size does not fit all. What is your club scenario is best known to you and the officers of your club. You can reach out to the district officers for various strategies that the district is using now to increase the in-person meetings, number of in-person meetings. But to say that there is one fixed formula I will give you which will work for you to get more people in, paced life is across the world. It doesn't only apply to you and me. But there are clubs which are meeting in person with 30, 40 members. There are clubs which are meeting in person with 4 or 5 members. And there are clubs which are still meeting online. So my recommendation here would be to identify what's your situation currently. Why people are not coming to a club? Is this only time? Or is there something else in this place? When you do the moments of truth, you get all this information. And then decide on what strategies best apply to make your goal of higher number of people in your in-person meetings more relevant and better. Thank you. Your next question, please.
Thank you, DTM Punn. Next, we have Toastmaster Rohit Fernandez. And then after that, we'll have Toastmaster Jayakrishnan. I think we may have to conclude after that. So Toastmaster Rohit Fernandez, please.
Good evening, leaders. Thank you, Mr. Gurbinder, for a very engaging presentation. My question is, when you are planning and when you're doing the situation analysis, you talk about SWOT analysis and you spoke about another analysis. So I just missed. So if you could just elaborate on the other analysis, what you were talking about.
It's called as PEST analysis, PEST. Usually within the management frameworks, we use it. It's political, economical, social, and technological. And not really very much used within simple club levels, but definitely at a division level, a district level, it's important to understand the political situation. It's important to understand the technological changes which are happening within a country. And you can add more from the PEST, you can add L and you would add E, environment, and it can. So PEST was the original format, then it became PEST and PEST.
Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Punn, and thank you for raising that question, Toastmaster Rohit. And we move on to now Area Director, Toastmaster Jayakrishnan.
Thank you, DTM Shreeraman, and thank you, distinct Toastmaster Gurbinder Singh, for this wonderful presentation. You were mentioning regarding the toolbox for the success plan. Can you please little bit elaborate on the risk management part of it, actually?
Okay, so see, risk management is an element if we miss that part, because whatever we do, there are inherent risks. If I'm traveling from Muscat to Dubai by road, there are risks. There are risks that I might have a flat tire. There are risks that it might rain. There are risks that I may not have the right travel documents. And if I make sure that I mitigate these risks by planning for all these risks, I keep an additional tire. I make sure before I leave from my home, I check my passport, my visa documents, my COVID documents or whatever, insurance documents. I am kind of managing and mitigating my risks. So this is what I meant by risk management, that within a club area, division, a corporate, a home, we will always have some risk that we know can happen. So a good strategy while doing your success planning is to know those risks, write down those risks, and have a strategy in case this happens. This is what we can do.
Thank you,
Great,
sir.
thank you, DTM Punn. There is something called first right of refusal in agreements. I take the last right of asking a question. DTM Punn, if you would like to throw a bit of light on conflict management. For example, we talked about shared goals. What if there are divergent views? And what if there is a huge difference of opinion among the team? How would you handle that?
Well, conflict is a very healthy thing. If everybody speaks the same language, then we are not really talking right. We are not really going in the way. Conflict are healthy, but as you rightly use the word conflict management, the conflicts had to be managed by the person who has been given the authority to be a district director, to be a division director, to listen to various views, and then arriving on consensus of those conflicts. There is no one strategy again how you will resolve conflicts. You can do a voting, you can do a democratic show of hands, you can debate more, you can create more evidence to support one point of view and say this is why I'm saying that. But it's a very healthy thing to have different viewpoints while we're doing the planning purposes, and that creates a much more well compassed overhaul plan rather than just I say so, let's do it.
Okay, thank you. I think we'll need a session on conflict management itself as to how to go about managing it, because it's a bit complex, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, but I take your point that it is healthy to have conflict. Otherwise, if everyone speaks the same language, we'll end up doing the same thing without any innovation. Talking of innovation, there's one more follow-up question. I think I'll take the last question now. We are on 9:25. With the rise, again, Toastmaster Chris D'Souza is asking, with the rise of automation and AI, how can you ensure the chosen career path will remain viable in the coming decades so that it can be successful? I hope this is related to Toastmasters, the question.
It's not actually, but I can take it still. So Toastmaster Chris D'Souza, we are in a place right now that we are training and teaching our children in the schools for professions that do not exist today. We don't know what will happen. We don't know what they will do. So to say, how do we ensure? Just give them the best of available information, resources, and knowledge today, and teach them how to adapt and to be latest in whatever is changing in the world. The biggest leadership skill for this century is adaptability. Adapt to the changes, and your children or your career plans will need to keep moving. Artificial intelligence is going to have a big impact on various roles, but it is not going to take away jobs. It's going to just change the design of the jobs. What you do with artificial intelligence will be more important than whether artificial intelligence will replace you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, DTM Punn. Fellow members, I'm sure you must have got a basket full of ideas on planning. Within this short span, from club to division to district, a vast area was covered. Keeping in mind that DTM Punn's favorite motto is, his motto, not favorite, his motto is keep it simple. So he made it very simple. It was very easily comprehensible, and yet covered the whole gamut of success plan. Thank you very much, DTM Punn, for that. It is time for gratitude. Now coming to the gratitude part. They say gratitude is when a memory is stored in the heart rather than in the mind. So from the hearts of all of us at District 105, we would like to extend our heartfelt thanks and gratitude to you, DTM Punn, for this wonderful, valuable insights into planning. I'm sure we are going to benefit immensely from this plan and from this session. And if we even manage to take 5% or 10% out of this, we are going to be richer heavily. Thank you very much once again. We extend our heartfelt thanks to you for your time, valuable insights. Let's have a huge round of applause for DTM Punn, please.
Thank you. Thank you, DTM Shreeraman, and that brings us to the end of this session. And before we part, I would like to thank the man, the teacher, the Vadhyar, DTM Shreeraman Vadhyar, for taking us through this wonderful session and making it possible. From the bottom of our hearts, from District 105, we thank you for being the facilitator for this session.
Thank you very much.